Well, like I thought something was going to happen. Hopefully, there's storage on my laptop. There should always be storage on my laptop. So, Miss the TAROTLAND doesn't want me to talk about them. Um, I don't know who specifically I'm talking about. Okay, I don't know who specifically. This is just the energy that's coming out, and intuitively, I am interpreting it with what's going on because there's too many of our lights that irritate their demons. Okay, this is just going anyway. My computer has storage. Okay, but when they don't want you to see or hear something, they will definitely get to your electronics because they cannot get to you, right? Or they're having a problem getting to you. So the first thing they do is get to your electronics. Anyway, what else is the energy? Because they're annoying me now. Threatening. We're threatening to them. But also, um, they're bothered. They're bothered. Bad habits is what they, a lot of them have a lot of exhausted. A lot of them have a lot of external, they use substances to make them feel better. A lot of people drink. Now, when it comes to established, right, they're settled and secure, right? But it's how they are right now. They're not like, they might be somewhere like planted, but they're not in a home. Do you know what I mean? So you might be established by being in a hotel, but you don't have a home. I hope that's making sense. This is what's going on around, right? A lot of people are clinging on to their old ways or clinging on to other people's people. I heard suffering in silence. That's because one thing that y'all ain't seeing, things are going bad for them right now. Things are going bad for these people right now. That's extremely the energy that's going on. The walls are closing in on these people, and they're blaming witchcraft. Shattered. Okay? Broken nightmares and failures. So what they don't realize is it's karma hitting them. They think that it's witchcraft. Because why? They don't like to take accountability. Not Obsessed is on by Mariah Carey. Why y'all so obsessed with us? Well, I really know. Y'all want our light. Dodging bullets. Escaping crazy people. Protected by haters. I mean, when it comes to that, that's... we're not the ones dodging bullets, okay? They're the ones that's trying to act like they're on your side, right? They want to act like they're the ones that are there to help you guard your life, right? Because, I mean, look at this. It's like this person's holding up their hands in front of someone, right? But whatever. They're acting cyberbullies. Basically, they're acting like they're there for you and they're not, okay? Cyberbullying, they're online hating you. Probably a lot of cyber stalking. What else? Marrying for money came out. When I see this, I think of prostitution, as in doing married men for money. Waves came out because they are in a lot of emotions. I feel like there's a lot of fear going on. I wouldn't be surprised if something about legality came out. But there's a lot of these bitches around there on the loose. The tarot community, it got the psychopaths on the loose, and it's mainly the black community right now that I know about that's like this. Okay. Now when it comes to this, they're hopeful and traveling, so they're hoping that them being on the run is going to help them, and allow them to escape from what they're going through. The feds don't forget, okay? And the feds can also be the fucking ancestors too. My twins big like T and Tamara. Wait, T and Tamara. And then unpredictable. You guys are unpredictable. So it's like you guys are cool, and then out of nowhere you're gonna not be. This is how you are in real life. Probably bipolar or something. Nothing's wrong with it. Just saying. Don't your hair so sticky? I said thank you very much. Bent the whole world over and says thank you very much. Alrighty. Well, I mean, if you're haunted, they can have fucked up issues with their brain. That's probably another reason why I say they're crazy. Now, when they see this, this is like they ain't shit. That's what they're thinking of you. You know, you ain't shit. You think that you all that. You ain't shit. That's kind of how I'm getting that. But their bad reputation is coming because they're showing the hate for other people's happiness is showing. Why? Because the walls are starting to close in on these people. So the readings and stuff that you're starting to see are starting to get a little bit convoluted. They're starting to be like, what are you talking about? Caught a case and recharge. Somebody could have got a STD and had to go on like a hiatus for that. I also look at this as you getting a spiritual STD. Just be careful who you mess with, okay? Make sure that you wrap it up. There's too many people who aren't understanding that STDs kill, okay? Paranoid came out because that's what they are right now. There's a lot of people that are on guard right now because there's a lot of, this is the thing, there's a lot of truth tellers that are really starting to be like, all right, this is how it is. There's a lot of truth tellers that are starting to pick up on things that are around that they don't even know that they're picking up on, right? So when you expose one person, you're exposing 5. When you expose 5 people, you're exposing 10. So it's kind of like these people are starting to turn against each other, it's just becoming more of a mess than it was the organized crime than they thought it was, right? Because things are stagnant right now. They're stuck in their situation. There's no more running. You can't run in. It's like a dead end. There's just a dead end. You can't run anymore. There's no more ways. There's nowhere you can go, okay? Okay? Because when I see this, you steal people's energy, you steal people's lives, you steal people's money, you steal people's men. A lot of you bitches want this issue. Well, a lot of you bitches are competing. You're mad. And a lot of it has to do with truth tellers. That's why you're like, you ain't. But this is the thing, is you want to come in acting like you're all sorry and shit just to get on our good side, just to... See, this is the thing. Sometimes people that are your biggest enemies will try to have the biggest smiles in front of you. That's what they're trying to do. They're going to try to be all nice to you and cool with you, even though they can't stand your ass. But it's because they need your energy, guys. Us light workers and truth tellers and stuff, they need our energy. They need our energy. They need somebody to copy off of. And when I say copy off of, you can watch our videos and all that all you want, but it's studying us that you do. You study us. The nightlife, Vegas could be significant, but gambling, nightlife, like partying, family comes out. A lot of times a family, blood ties, inner circle, blood ties, balance. Somebody thinks that they're able to make family right now. Maybe because they're trying to hide behind it, thinking that a pregnancy is going to change that. Look. I knew it was going to come out. Because these people are under judgment. They're either under judgment when it comes to real life, blocked, because that, like, there's nothing else that they could say. Like they're stalkers because they pay attention to what we're doing. But they also, what I say, they want to be nice again. So this wants you back. They want to be all cool with you because they were mean and they were acting like they know that you don't like them and shit. So they want you to be all nice to them so you can get on their good side. Dirt digging. What they're doing is they're trying to look for dirt on you, or you're trying to look for dirt on them, which I can understand because if you're a truth teller, you see how there's flies. That's where it comes into it being cyber stalking or gang stalking or monitoring spirits, because I didn't have this issue. What else is gonna come out? What else? Because then I'm gonna move on to another deck. Inside scoop. That's low-key what we have because we got God, right? But also they're just too much in our business with shit. They need to move on. But they think that they can move on to better possibilities. They think that, but also they believe their own lies. I literally heard daydreaming. They believe their own lies. They try to also force things, right? I knew this was going to come out, child services. And I always tell you why this is going to come. This is always why it comes out, right? Because they don't have their kids. Most of these females have CPS issues or they don't have their children, okay? Child services, okay? And unfazed. They're trying to act like this. I'm gonna go to a different deck. I mean, this whole deck can just basically talk to me. The masculine energy is reversed because there's warlocks involved, okay? Drama started with obsessive lovers, so there's a crazy bitch that's starting drama, probably with that freaking warlock, okay? Don't try to be a sister wife in the beginning if you can't deal with it, okay? Vacay keeps wanting to try to come out. I feel like it's because they want to get away. They want to run away. I want to fly away. You can't, okay? Two-faced. No. They're living double lives, okay? They're living double lives. Smelling the roses. There's some people that woke up, okay? There's some people that woke up from this bullshit. There's some people that's running away from the situation, but there's some people that's running away from... There's some people that's running away from everybody that's doing all this bullshit, and there's people that are running away from the law, okay? What else? Photo proof. we got Big Mike here, okay? That means we're protected. Photo proof, getting evidence. This could be what we're doing, okay? When it comes to us getting proof and getting evidence, the evidence is the readings that we do. The evidence is the truth. The evidence is the exposure. That's the evidence of what people need to see of what's going on right now. Because people have been closed-eyed for way too long. Okay, they're gonna get a bad karma for the good offers that they've been trying to show. Okay, this looks like a great latte, right? Yeah, we don't know what that fucking latte is made out of. Shit, we can't trust that. There's somebody that's made from somebody that's drenched in bad karma. Masculine energy came out. That could be you could be a light worker. You could be a truth teller. There could be a masculine energy that is getting an offer, right? But you need to be careful because it could be somebody that has a bad reputation and getting bad karma, okay? So be very careful, especially if she's psycho, okay? Yeah, this seems like there's a person that might be into you and you need to let that person go, or you need to reject that person. And because this person is a groupie, this person is always in other people's faces, even if it's just being gossipy or whatever. Puzzled. I think we're starting to leave them puzzled, conflicted. Like, they're starting to try to they got to figure out what to do. There's a lot of feminine energy. Yeah, okay. So this is an offer for two people. There's two people here. There's a feminine energy and a masculine energy. And you both need to know there could be somebody that's putting spell work in the middle of you guys. I'm alone all night, like it's the last night, like it's the last night. If the world was ending, I'd wanna be next to you. Let me see something. My time on earth was through. I think there's somebody doing some spell work on people's love lives, dog. Well, let me tell you something. You can't stop real love. Can't stop real love. You can't. So somebody is acting like that they're acting like they grew up. They're acting like they have a better life than they do, but they're actually a wolf in sheep's clothing. But they're so evil you can see the fucking wolf within the sheep's clothing. Fighting for in their head. Overthinking, stress, overanalyzing. That could be somebody. I also heard somebody in their crown chakra, unbothered. That's what they're trying to act like, but they're not. I mean, there's some that probably are unbothered. They probably don't give a fuck, right? They probably don't think anything's gonna happen to you. Happen to them, looking you up because they're trying to research you, study you. That's what I meant by you can watch me all you want. You can watch me all you want because this is YouTube, right? But don't study me. Don't sit here and try to take my energy and shit. This shit is played out. Okay? This shit is played out like what, a couple more or one more. What do you want me to do? Moving, that's what they're doing because they have to be on the move now. Cutting ties. There could be people that are cutting ties from them. There could be people that are from the Queen Rising, man. They're trying to impersonate a Queen Rising. Trying, okay? Today, right now, you need to realize that these people are giving dirty offers, okay? They like to live in the moment. A lot of these people like to live in the moment, okay? They like to live for the day, okay? They like to live for the day. And then they indulge in stuff within that day and night. So a lot of times these people, they drink a lot and all that stuff, right? Longing, there's the wine. I feel like there's some people that think that there's somebody that's going to help them with moving on somewhere, but this person's fake. No. This person's gonna tell on you. Sing like a canary, creeping. Yeah, this person's look, and you see how it's an owl? This person is wise. This person knows to watch you basically dig your own hole. This is literally intuitive. I'm going off of what I hear. And this is this love affair shit. Why? A lot of these females be trying to get other dudes, right? Married dudes. And they cause chaos, okay? And then they end up crying over the motherfucker because they go back to their wife or their other person, okay? Now, the last thing is wishful thinking intention. Now, this is basically them having a whole bunch of bullshit on their head and they're hoping that it could just go away, okay? They're wishing that they could just kiss ass so you don't see their divination abuse, which is like they're trying to cock block us truth tellers, okay? That's why they want to blame all this magic on us when they don't know it's literal karma. We're not interested in this bullshit. We're not interested in putting spells on you and shit. We have other things to do. Low key, we're just mainly protecting ourselves most of the time because you guys are giving dirty offers with fucked up, crumbled ass money. Like, you're not getting the money that you used to get anymore. Wasting time, okay? Like, you're kind of like you're wasting time thinking that there's going to be a change. You're going to get caught. Maybe you're going to have an epiphany. Maybe somebody's going to self-reflect, have enough time to self-reflect and become happy again. Car list keeps coming out. Now, when I see car list, I'm not thinking of a car, literally. A car can represent a soul, okay? And if you're carless, then you're soulless, okay? Soulless ass bitches. Because they're too busy winning, but it's be out of envy. Okay. So when somebody's too busy winning because they're too competitive, they're not really seeing that you're not really thinking, and you need to think when you act. Every action has a reaction, okay? If you're literally just too busy winning, but you're envious, you're not going to really think about winning more than trumping the person that you're trying to compete towards, right? But you're trapped in your head. There's no turning back, okay? And you know that. So now there's a lot of people right now that are scoundreling around trying to figure out what to do. Boundaries. A lot of people are putting those up too because they're tired of what's going on. They're trying to get out of this situation that they're in, divination, abuse, and isolation. They're trying to get out of the situation that they were in with all this crap going on. It's like they were able to just skim past getting in the way of, like, I call it the RICO charge because there's so many people involved. Like, they just were able to, like, escape the RICO charge, okay? Like they're able to get out, right? Be antisocial on this shit, okay? On these fake flexers that are toxic, right? Like, they're able to get away with that. They're able to get away from them. Good person, good job. Honestly, if you were able to get away with that, get away from that, because you got stuck in all of that crap. See, what is that? If you got stuck in all of that crap where, like this, like where I'm about to, like, do this whole true crime thing, and see what comes out with that. If you're not a part of all that, and you were able to skim by the basically, this is what I'm saying. If you were able to get away before you were able to get in trouble, good job. Okay? So, in it or not, sometimes people get stuck into things. Some people want to do it, right? But if you wake up and you don't want to do it anymore, you can't be mad at that person, right? So let's get to getting. Because when I start getting legal proceedings, when I start pulling cards from here, my intuition just starts going all the way off. So if it gets to where I'm just talking and, like, really not, I get tapped in, okay? So what do I need to know? Party, like I said, they like to what? Party. And nothing's wrong with it, but they party as in meetings. See, one thing that they do is they conjure up, trapped is here. They conjure up energy sexually. That would make sense why party and meeting is here, because they do, and greed, because they do this stuff for money. They do this these orgiosos, that's what I'm going to call them, the orgiosos, they do those legal proceedings again. I'm taking it. They do it out of they don't have sex for money. I mean, I don't know why that came out. They don't have sex for pleasure. They have sex for power. Okay? Big difference. And there really has to do with something with Vegas, and it doesn't have to do with me. So, I don't know. First aid kit handy. Somebody could have a missing phone, or somebody could have scrubbed their social media surveillance because they're being watched. Baby. Traveling. That's what they kind of have to do right now. A lot of them do that already when it comes to them going to other states. They move around cold because that's what they are. I mean, organized. Come on now. I mean, these cults they're either scrubbing social medias, or there's some phones missing because there's some people missing. Okay, just gonna say it, because this is what I feel, this is what I see, and I'm not gonna change it. Caregiver. With whatever I come up with and whatever I say, missing, just know that this shit's real. Okay? So far there's a cult that actually has some GCOs, group sexion, they have that for power, to conjure up power, to conjure up energy, to be whoever they are. These are just warlocks. They keep saying witches and warlocks, whatever. These are people who mess with energy, okay? Okay? I'm tired of people saying witches and warlocks, so I'm just going to say what they literally are. They're people who are, these are literally people who are manipulating energy for the worst. And it's for themselves. And they look at people, accomplice and partner in crime. They look at people as objects, something they can throw away, something they can use, something they can sacrifice. There's a male involved, of course. I already know that, though. There's definitely a couple involved, and I feel like there's an older couple involved that is kind of watching over all this other bullshit. Outer space and dismemberment. I really feel like they put some things and people into places where nobody can find it, okay? Because they do some really good cover-up. Because there's a lot of people involved, but that's why, like, Alive and Affair and Beach. So, like, with this right here, it seems like right now, somebody probably tried to do something to somebody in the beach because of an affair, but they stayed alive. Fake death and mind control. I can't make it up. What's this? Boat. Bitch. Sorry. Look, my mouth is vulgar, but I tell the truth, okay? Yeah, so it looks like there was somebody that had an affair. They tried to do something to the body, and it didn't work. They stayed alive. Or they changed their mind and resuscitated them, because I do see a first aid kit, right? What else? Revenge. I don't know. No, never mind. No, and that's going on a lot around here with these women over money as well, but also over men. There's a lot of crime. There's a lot of passion. There's a lot of women who are going to start doing crime of passion, because there's going to be a lot of heartbreaks, because there's going to be a lot of men abuse and neglect. They're going to let them go. They're going to let them go because they want to go to somebody else, and that person's going to get mad, and they're going to have to, okay? And there's a lot of these, and people don't understand that. There's a lot of things underground, okay? There's a lot of things underground, okay? And that's including tunnels. That's including keeping things a secret. That's including holding people captive. Road. That's where they go. They take the road there. I feel like literally, this really looks like to me somebody that's in a car that's watching where they're going, but I really feel an innocence. So I feel like it's a smaller girl. I feel like it's some human trafficking king going, right? Love, secret, and female. So there's somebody who makes them feel like they're loved, right? But it's female energy. It's nurturing energy. But the secret is that they're not going to do what they're saying they're going to do. They deal with runaways mostly. There's healing here. And I feel like that's what a lot of these people that they take away from, that's what they do, is heal them. Life insurance and accident and organized crime and prison perversion. This is literally saying that these people do shit for life insurance, okay? And not only that, not only do they do things for life insurance, accident, organized crime, perversion, and life insurance. There's people that are just watching because they're on the run, or they are nervous because they did some bullshit with some life insurance, okay? And that is at the bottom. And I want you to know, if you are sacrificing people in those, if you're sacrificing things and people and shit, you're a did I take the card out? You're a serial killer with milk, okay? I gotta say things so it doesn't sound bad. Landfill and desert. These are two places you dump the bodies at. Period, point blank. Child keeps coming up, and I hate seeing that. And I feel like that's what you guys will do, okay? To sacrifice them, okay? Because of your debt. With this, I see hidden, and with this, I see neighborhood. You guys are shapeshifters. You guys watch people. You guys act like you're something you're not, to try, and then wooded area, because that's another place that you did. There's another place that you did people, I heard, but that's also another place that you go to for doing rituals and all that other bullshit. I feel like also that has to do with, so when I see this power supply, I look at this as literally somebody who has a lot of, see, told you, runaways. There's somebody who has a lot of power, who's able to give a supply of power to other people for them to be able to do things, okay? As in like, like the plug, okay? I hope that makes sense. Like, nothing can happen without the plug. If a certain card comes out, I know I'm right. Cleanup is definitely what they. You see how they're cleaning up the road though, and it's wet. I'm gonna be real, and this sounds off, and this is going to sound. This keeps wanting to come out. There's some bodies that are able to be dug up. Okay. I was seeing if that was going to come out. Motel and hotel, that has to do with where people are living, because when it comes to this TAROTLAND shit, and also the other stuff, all this fraud and all this stuff that's happening in all these other states. They're in hotels and motels, but also that's where they take the human traffickers, okay? That's where they take their victims, is to hotels and motels. And they lock them in, okay? Mountains. Now, I've learned some things about mountains. not only are they high, okay, they hold a lot of energy, okay, and there's actually people who are starting to make things like. See, I was worried that I was going to see this card because this is the person that I think of when I think of the person that is the power supplier. He's an assassinator, right? He's somebody that plays no games, right? He's somebody that has a lot of power. He's somebody that everyone is scared of. But there's a lot of regret going on. Because I feel like there's a lot of people who got caught up in it, and now there's no turning back. Man-made disaster. Yeah, they done fucked their own shit up. This is the last one, and then I'm going to close it out. Drugs and poison and missing. Like, okay, so this has to do with them definitely drugging and getting mind control over these people. They try to get mind control over them so they can do whatever they want to and with them, including this, okay? And I'm sorry, but this keeps coming up as well, okay? I know likey. I want to get out of this energy. These people are trying to use their intuition. They want to be this. That's the issue. They want to be famous. They want to be cool. They want to be known. No one truthfully likes you. This is the last card. This is the last card I was gonna take out. Just to see. I just want to see what's on top. Fraud. Middle is devil. Okay. I was just wondering. Okay. It's literally looking like there's a lot of people that are in a lot of different types of crimes, but they're being watched. There's a lot of people that are accomplices. There's a lot of people who are watching people. There's people that are being watched. There's males and females involved. There's somebody who tried to unalive somebody from a boat on a beach, but it didn't work. There's somebody that is doing spell work on a divine feminine and masculine. And not just one. It's to all. Okay. Should I use the Kipper deck? I don't know yet. I might just go to tarot. Tarot tells us what we want to hear or what we need to hear, not. Well, let's just see what comes out of here, okay? Let's just see what comes out of Kipper really quick. Journey 23, journey 10. So 5 could be significant, 10 can be significant, 1 could be significant. But it looks like with this, it literally looks like somebody might have a long trip to the courthouse. Expectation, and that's from a woman. But it doesn't have to be a woman. They're looking out the window. So low-key, this literally just shows me that there's somebody waiting for the feds to come. That's what I'm getting for that. Okay? Waiting for the feds to come. What else? Occupation. Unexpected income. Okay. So they're expecting unexpected income from this money. But they don't understand that their journey is going to take them right to the courthouse. Okay. And that's in the distant horizon. That means it's not very far away. Okay. Lovers was reversed. I usually don't really look at reverse with Kippers. Okay. Sudden wealth is here. Now, when I see that, I feel a winning energy, right? But I feel a winning energy as in we won. As in us. 11 could be significant. 2 could be significant. What else? Is there anything else you want to say? Official person. Because we are anointed. Okay? We're anointed. We are here for a purpose. If God puts us here as truth tellers here to do something, God's not going to have us leave. That's our purpose. This keeps coming up though, and I know likey. That child keeps coming up, man. Because it's y'all do way too much. Y'all do way too much for any child to be popping up. Okay. Adjudication. There's going to be a decision. And it's not going to be in your favor. Okay. What else? And Spirit said, I'm not going to let you not do this. There's a false person around. We know who those are. Yeah, this is what their karma is going to be. Okay. If it's not imprisonment, it's going to be poverty. And poverty could be imprisonment as well. It could be spiritual poverty as well, where they aren't going, where they could be stripped from their gifts, because there are some that have gifts that are doing this shit. That's how they're able to be throwing magic at people that they think are throwing magic at them. But honestly, we don't want to waste our supplies on you. God takes care of a lot of my lightweight, okay? A lot of times when I protect myself, it has nothing to do with you. And I'm talking to anybody out there. I mean, like, because everybody out there thinks that their karma is witchcraft. Come back, baby, please, because you think you're a privileged lady. So you're a false person acting like a privileged lady, but you're actually a thief. Okay? And you're not doing very well. You're, well, that's because you're acting like a false person. You're acting like the privileged lady and you're a false person. You're not doing well. Not in your household. If you think you're lonely now. I also look at this as the big house, as in like prison. Okay, Alcatraz. What else? And then I hear baby face. Gift is here. That could be the gift of us doing what we're supposed to do as truth tellers, as our purpose. Our gift could be seeing them go down. Even if the message, even if we don't see them go down, we're gonna find out, you know. I need you back in my life, baby. There's a wealthy man involved. It goes back to me saying how that man that came out high honor though. Well, he is held in high honor, to be honest with you. This man, this power supply man, the plug, he is held in high honor. But if you literally look at it, it's like saying the message right here is that this wealthy man that's held in high honor, right? He's going to end up in poverty, in despair, and he's going to end up getting a message from that. Like low key, high key, that could be a message from God. Okay? Doesn't have to always be a letter. Okay? Can't always go off of the picture. Okay? You got to go off of what Spirit's telling you. We belong together. And the way that you find out that I'm right is because you'll see it happen. Anyway, main female. So there's a main male and there's a wealthy female, there's a wealthy man, and there's a main female. So that means that there's a husband and a wife. The main female is giving me energy of there's somebody, but then she recruits people, okay? Because there is no main, okay? You're either the only one, or you're either the only one or you're number one. If you're number one, there's a number two. If you're the main one, that means there's another one, right? So this is like some madam shit to me. So, I mean, like message of concern is at the bottom too. I mean, that can just kind of conclude that anytime my earring comes off, I know that there's some type of stupid energy around. Hey, how much I love you, boy. Anything else before I go on to tarot? Because I'm still not done. Marriage. That's what they're trying to stop, man. They can't do that. And I hate that I love you so. They're not going to have a good like future. Okay, that's gonna be their karma is bad health. And already I already picked out caught a case. Okay, like as an STD, people could already be in bad health right now. Do you know how many people have STDs right now? Moving on, and then I'm done. Okay. And I hate how much I love you, Lord. Let you go. And I hate that I love you so. Sorry, I'm looking for a deck, but I think I'll just use this one. And your kiss will make me weak. What do I need to know? What do they need to know? Have a spell on me. Four of Wands came out. The Wheel of Fortune came out. Nine of Pentacles came out. Six of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, Knight of Cups reversed, and Death. So, Hangman is at the bottom. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to clarify all these. It's like what it looks like right now is there's a celebration that's coming towards somebody, and it could be an offer of money. It could be an offer of stability, abundance, because all you've been seeing is disappointments, and you deserve a new beginning. Okay, what's the Four of Wands for? But we're gonna clarify now because that can mean a whole bunch of different shit. Six of Swords reversed. Queen of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles for the Four of Wands. So it could be that there is a feminine energy that low-key won't let you go. I really want to say won't let you go, okay? Because it's a Four of Wands. Won't let the family situation go. Trying to work on something that doesn't need to be worked on, okay? This person is fighting leaving. We'll see though, because she could be coming from the heart. What's the Wells Fargo? What's the Wheel of Fortune? What does this mean? Seven of Wands. Oh, it's 6 of Wands. 7 of Wands, I'm sorry. And 3 of Wands. And 7 of Pentacles for the Wheel of Fortune. So you're definitely just looking at your future, okay? It looks like a lover took from you. Okay, so far, but I don't know yet. But definitely, it looks like there's somebody that's trying to come in, or that won't leave your ass, or that has too much baggage that's trying to come through and act like they can be this hard worker for you. And what is a Knight of Pentacles when it comes to anything, okay? Seems like this person might want to come back, this person might want to come back, but you don't want that. There's somebody that does not want this relationship. I'm going to be real. I'm truthfully really getting that somebody's trying to keep somebody under a spell and keep them there, and somebody's waking up to it. That's just... You know it's hard to just say goodbye. The song Goodbye is on. So this Queen of Cups doesn't want this person to say goodbye. But this person is done. Whoever it is. Ace of Swords. Yeah, this person with the 9 of Pentacles. It's clarifying the 9 of Pentacles, which literally means, oh, I know what to do. Which is, I'm going to do me, boo, okay? Four of Swords. They'll feel a lot better when they start, being... when they start being on their own. this person wants to move away from this person so they can actually work on their future. Okay, with the Three of Wands, the Three of Wands, Seven of Pentacles, and the Seven of Wands. They're also looking at the investment that they did in this relationship, and also seeing, man, did I like waste my time? This has to do with somebody that was mentally screwed with magic. Okay, you're waking up and you're like, wow, I put in all this time in this bullshit, and I got to start over. That wasn't my life. What's happening is a dark night of the soul, where you're realizing what's in front of you. But that's for some. This literally is looking like somebody realized and woke up that the wheel is turning in their favor. The Queen of Pentacles reversed. That's a dark worker, dude. Okay. Ay. So a Six of Wands, the Star reversed. It looks like there was a practitioner that was hired with this Queen of Pentacles, right? And this Queen of Pentacles reverse was hired to uh, do what they do because they're good at it, right? But they're tired of doing it. The money ain't worth it no more. They're not worth it no more. Their time isn't worth it no more. So now they're trying to hold on to you. And I think that's probably why you feel the release. Because this bitch can't hold you. This bitch can't hold you down. And this is either male or female. This is Three of Pentacles reversed. That's not love. That's not teamwork. Yeah, it's like you're realizing that this person had you thinking that your Ace of Pentacles was with them when it wasn't, with the Two of Cups reversed and the Knight of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups reversed. And then the Justice, this bitch is gonna get their karma for what they did to you, okay? But you didn't have to cut me off. This is gonna make you feel better though, okay? I want to say, like, you kind of just ignoring the offer of love that this, like, it just seems like this person will not go away, right? It just seems like this person, I heard again, this person will not go away. She's like holding on like a leech, even though you're starting to feel this leech, right? You're starting to feel a leech be a leech when you didn't know she was. I knew it. I knew this was going to come out because I felt like it was the King of Swords that was underneath this shit. I felt like it. I did. I felt like they were under attack. A King of Swords. Because I felt a lot of mental issues, right? This High Priestess wanted to mess with their stability, and they wanted to mess with their love life, like I said. Okay? You don't have to be an air sign. You don't have to be a male. But when it comes to the King of Swords, this person doesn't put up with bullshit. Okay? This person can be an air sign. You can have Gemini, Libra, Aquarius in your chart somewhere. Don't have to be. You're somebody that's head over heart. You're somebody that knows how the Ten of Pentacles reverse, and you're somebody that thinks before acts, right? So the person that has you doing shit like this person wasn't having you be able to think. You thought you were thinking. You were stuck. The rest of your life was what the rest of your life was, other than you sticking to this person. And for the sake of what's going on with what I'm recording, now I'm talking, the High Priestess is upright with the Ten of Pentacles. So you're going to be all good, homie. Yeah, now let's say that you are an air sign. You went from being the King of Pentacles to being the King of Swords. So that means that you went from being nurturing, stable, father figure like, to being cold and just there, you know, um, making decisions with life, kind of floating. And I really feel like that's because of spell work. Okay. But this death is here, and I really feel like that has to do with the ending of it. If, yeah, I'm not gonna say if, yeah, especially with the Two of Swords and the Eight of Swords right here. This literally is like saying that they tried to keep you down and keep you crossed, right? Keep you, keep you stuck and keep you blind. But it's clarifying death. So that means that I gotta pick up these cards. This person is gonna be really hurt. If or when you do ever break up with this person. I really do feel like this person is a spiritual person, and the only reason why I say that is that's what I'm picking up on. And but this person does things out of anger. They do things out of anger. They need to come clean. They're not. But someone's exposing them. Queen of Wands, maybe. Empress, maybe. I was just wondering who the person that's Look, okay, the queen of there's a queen of wands with the magician that with the tower. There's a fire sign that was able to make this happen to where this person was able to come to their senses. One more. So with this is basically really saying that somebody wants to, I really feel like this person wants to get back into feeling again. They want to get back into having passion again and not feel like so much like a robot. Because I don't even think this person knows that they felt like a robot, right? I don't think you knew you felt like a robot. I feel like I'm talking to you. I feel like I'm talking to the person, Three of Cups. I feel like I'm talking to the person that actually has a spell on them or did a spell or whatever. You went through a lot of ups and downs with this situation and didn't even know, because you didn't even know that you were a part of this situation, right? There's a lot of decisions that you made that you have not been in your right mind for a minute. Somebody has been controlling your right mind for a minute, okay? This person is definitely going to keep trying to keep you around. So what you have to do is, if you really feel the spell or if you really feel a difference in you right now, you got to keep feeling that difference. Don't let nothing else change that feeling. That's the only way you can get out of it, unless you come see me or another practitioner that can help you with that. But when it comes down to this Queen of Pentacles reverse, she's a bad witch, okay? So this is somebody that, and it also could be a earth sign as well. This person could have been your counterpart if she didn't do a free will situation and somebody turned you into a King of Swords. This is the thing. You could be an air sign, but honestly, truthfully, you come off more as like an earth sign because you care more than an air sign would, right? Than an Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, right? This Queen of Wands reversed, it seems like could have been this person's counterpart, because this bitch was manipulating everything that's around here. This Queen of Cups. This Queen of Cups, okay? This dark witch could have been this person's counterpart if they were able to move on from the past, but what happened is that broad kept her in the past. And so that's why with this King of Swords, I'm looking at it as she froze his head. You know, like there's nowhere he can go. Mind control, okay? The High Priestess reverse is here and the World is here. So it really looks like there was somebody who tried to do spell work. The Sun is here as well. So this is the thing. This is a time where I feel like somebody is feeling really curious about life in a different way, as in independently. Somehow, some way, luckily, thank gosh, a spell broke off of you and it's not on you anymore. If it's on you, you're getting through it, okay? So you're going from the Candyland and green trees that you thought you seen to the dark night of the soul, where you see what reality really is. And once you get out of that reality of the dark night of the soul, this is going to come, the sun. Because first thing that happened is this broad was exposed, and secondly, the sun is the happiest card, and this person, you're not gonna. This is. I feel like this is reversed because this person that you exposed, they're not gonna be able to get to you anymore. Okay, I just really feel like they are going to be able to see when you're in a lower. I really feel like this person's going to go through depression. This person is going to go through depression when you leave her. Okay? And if I'm saying her, it could be a female energy, as in like a feminine energy, because, you know, queens and kings, they're not genders, they're energy. But to me, it looks like a Queen of Cups is trying to keep a situation together with magic, and it's not working. Eight of Cups with the Five of Pentacles. This person's really feeling the urge of doing things on their own. I'm seeing a lot of pages in the Hermit. I'm seeing a lot of things where they just want to start things on their own. And it's kind of like they don't know where it's coming from, right? But it's because they've been awakened to the spell that somebody put on them. So and I don't know who put the spell on this person other than it being the Queen of Cups. I'm thinking it's the person that she was with. He or she was with, and it's with this King of Swords that gives me more of a King of Pentacles energy, right? But unfortunately, this dark witch is really good at what she was doing, and so her helping with the energy of this person trying to keep you around kept you held back. I feel like it kept you held back from your real true love, and that's cool, whatever. Lovers, okay, that's cool, whatever, but things happen for a reason, right? Like, luckily, when things happen to people like us, good people, when people try to screw us over, it ends up happening, but the good ends up coming out of it. Okay? So it's looking like you're just going to have a new beginning, right? And like a literal new beginning. And it's something that you want. The will is in your favor. You have the Ace of Swords, which means you have the clarity, you have the drive, you have the action and I want to say the motivation to go. Judgment and Seven of Swords. That's literally saying that cord is cut. That cord is cut. Okay. Um Somebody that was trying to block you from your love from someone else, actually it's backfiring to where you don't even love this person that put this spell on you. Okay. So that's a part of that backfire, is that they're not wanted anymore. I wouldn't be surprised if you guys are fighting. I wouldn't be surprised if you guys are arguing. I wouldn't be surprised if you guys don't get along. Why? Because you weren't supposed to be with this person. You're waking up. You're seeing what this person really is with this Hermit. You're seeing who this person really is. Now, it's funny how this doesn't seem like it goes with the Tarotland people, and it might not. I don't know what this goes with. I just know that I'm sure that this is happening to more than one person, okay? See, there's just all these wands and wands and wands. Like, you see this 10 of wands right here, but the world, it's kind of like, okay, there's a cycle that I need to end. This 10 of wands, okay, cool. It's boring. It's a lot of wands to carry, but I'm carrying these wands to my house to make a fire. So I'm okay with this burden right now, because once I get this burden taken care of, I'm going to be able to light a fire to heat my house. Get what I'm saying? So it's kind of like the burden that you're taking on, you're okay with, because you know that there's something at the end of the tunnel, okay? And it's kind of like your subconscious, your higher self is talking for you and doing for you. And that's why you're kind of like, what is going on? But that's all because you're high. This is happening spiritually first, then it's coming down to you. You can be a warlock too, sir. Whoever I'm talking to, yes, Hierophant. Now the thing is you need to learn how to use your powers in a good way only. Okay. As being the King of Wands coming up, I didn't know that. I hope this wasn't there this whole time, because that's my lip gloss. Um, as you being the King of Wands as well, that means that you can do without thinking, right? We don't want that. We want you to think before you act, right? I'm talking about manipulating of energy or magic or anything. Well, I mean, manipulating energy is magic. Look, you work with your dark hand and your good and you work dark and light, okay? But when you're in your dark, you work too much out of your dark light than your white light, and it's because you know you have the availability to, but that's going to end up catching up to you. So you need to stop. Warlock, male witch, wizard, whatever you want to call yourself, you need to be careful how much bad energy, how much darkness you're throwing out there, because you're supposed to be someone that brings light, okay? You're supposed to bring light. If you give darkness, it's because you're giving darkness to the person that's trying to take the darkness away from the light. Does that make sense? Transmute that shit, okay? You got to find more happiness in doing work for the good than work for the bad, or leave it the fuck alone. Period. And that goes for everybody who does magic. If you can only do more bad than good, leave it the fuck alone. Because all it's going to do is run back to you. And you don't know when. Ancestors don't forget, and they don't mind taking a long time, okay? But you will get reprimanded. I don't know why that came out, but it did. Empress Reverse came out just now, too. Seven of Swords wants to constantly come out. And, okay, so this is the thing. I'm going to stop it here. Ace of Cups is reversed right here, but it's kind of in the challenging side. So this is somebody who is learning their self-worth. Okay? Get away from this person, or at least start using your own discernment for you to see what you got yourself into. I mean, maybe you'll end up liking this person and you guys could just be witches and warlocks together. I don't know, okay? But I do know that you have somebody who hired a dark witch on you, as well as them keeping a spell on you to keep you around. Something happened to where the dark witch did not want it to happen anymore. I think she probably got tired of taking the damn money, because it was taking too much energy. So she's like, I'm too good for this. I'm too much. This is bullshit. It's been too long, right? So this person is just trying to do it on her own. She can't, because she doesn't have that much energy. She's trying to conjure energy, conjure energy, conjure energy. So the energy that she conjures from people, they don't know. They don't know that she conjures their energy, like literally sucks it out of them, so she can have their energy. So she's like a literal energy vampire. Like, this is a shapeshifter, somebody who looks good, who looks right. Like, and I don't mean like glamorous. I mean, like, they look innocent. They look like they're there for you, but they're a complete snake. Okay? This is a woman that is very emotional. Could be a water sign, but I'm not picking up on a water sign more than somebody not being able to hold their emotions together. But also a very intuitive person who has gifts. And unfortunately, the insecurity of this person has had them make a lot of bad decisions, okay? Feel a lot of sorrow and sadness from this Queen of Cups, okay? But the thing is you don't deserve to be held back because somebody has issues with their own life, okay? And everyone deserves their free will. If you want that motherfucker to stay around, get him off the spell and like see if he stays around. Wouldn't you want that more? It takes a lot to conjure up and keep this. You have been doing this for years, chick. Whoever this person is has been putting spells on this specific person of this specific spouse of theirs for years. Years. I think that's why the practitioner, the dark one, said it's been long enough. This bitch been doing it for years. Maybe that's why the Seven of Pentacles is there too, because they're looking at all this investment that they put into it and nothing happened other than it failing, all in the end. If this person is dark or not, this person still deserves their free will, okay? And I think that this dark practitioner also realized that, because I'm looking at this dark practitioner as the Queen of Pentacles reversed, but I'm also looking at it as the Queen of Pentacles upright to match the King of Pentacles that he is inside. Okay. And there's been somebody and there's been things that have been getting in the middle of that Queen of Pentacles and King of Pentacles to get together. It doesn't have to be a certain zodiac sign, because I'm getting more of just royalty, more of just power couple, and I keep hearing nurturing, family. It's not always about signs, like zodiac signs, right? But they're earth signs. But I am intuitively picking up a lot on this person. It's like I feel my brain just it's just like clearing out. So I feel like this person is just now in this Ace of Swords energy, where this person is just now, like, they found the clarity in their life. They're like, okay, I know I want to move left because I've been moving right and it don't feel right anymore. So I'm going to keep moving left because it feels good. And you don't know why you're doing it, but just know you're being led from spirit. You're being led from your spirit team. You're being led out of there. I heard. You're being led out of there. Damn. Fuck it. I mean, hey, if you need to get away from somebody that's not there for you to win, you need to get away from them because they don't want you to win. I did not know this was going to be an extremely long reading like this. I do want to get out of that bitch's energy, because she is a very strong woman. This person already knows that she's pulling. They both know that I'm pulling on their energy, and it's not my fault because this is considered exposure. Okay? That's why I say exposure doesn't seem nice, because there's going to be people that get upset with it. But I'm here for the people, not for money, not for content. If I was here for money and content, I'd have a lot more going on, okay? This is literally for the people. And it's hard for me to be one of those fake ones that go back to back to back to back to back with collectives, because that's fake. Okay. My messages right now aren't so much of collectives, more so of it's a message for somebody or people, So this could resonate for one person, 10 people, thousands of people, but just know that whatever hits your gut and you feel it inside of you, take it, because that's your intuition, and your intuition is your navigator through life. And people like us light workers, as truth tellers, if we don't have our energy, we're depleted. Okay, we can our heart can stop beating as much as possible, right? But if our energy is gone, we're no good. So keep a hold of your energy, keep a hold of your light. And females and males, witches and warlocks, all that, please just realize your karma is not witchcraft. You know, when things happen and it's like sometimes, yeah, it is just life. Other times, if you are a real witch, a real magician, whatever you want to call it now, if you are that, then you'll know the difference between it being real life and witchcraft. That's the difference. Discernment. Y'all don't use it. Y'all are using accountability of not taking it. Okay? Take the accountability. Realize that y'all did some wrong shit. And just take the karma. Just take it. Because nobody's after you unless you did something. Right? But when it comes to me, most of the time, I let God and my ancestors handle it because they're more ruthless than I can be. Okay? And they don't want somebody that's here for a purpose to be hurt from people, because also our tears are offerings. Okay? This isn't fake shit. Just because you can't see what a spiritual people go through does not mean it's not real, and it doesn't mean it doesn't happen. Okay? Everyone just use your discernment, and especially when it comes to the spiritual warfare right now, it's very dark and light. Everything's very dark and light. Everything's very dark and light. Even the Malcolm situation with the Theo situation, like, he's actually more of a darker person than he shows. You know, that's a shape shifter. Because you think this person is extremely sweet, extremely nice. And I'm sorry if you think I'm talking about a passed away person in a bad way, but I'm talking about him as how he is and how it's shown up. He's a little more stuck up and judgmental than he shows, which is fine. That's how it is. But it's also showing that this person is good at not being himself, right? So it's a shapeshifter. It's a lot of spiritual warfare going on, to where you got to use discernment, feel the energy of the person. Energy does not lie. People do. All the time. People lie all the time. Energy never lies. Okay? If you pay attention to your intuition and you keep your third eye open but not exposed, you'll be okay. If you start feeling like someone's pulling on your energy, pull it back. As empaths, we're going to get our energy sucked on a lot. Pull it back. It's not their energy. If you feel like somebody is trauma dumping by talking too much and it's all just bullcrap and you're sitting there taking it and it's just depleting you, go away. Boundaries. You need your energy. Be bougie with your energy. Bougie with your energy. Real shit though. I say that a lot on TikTok. By the way, that's where I'm from. Okay? I started my soul tribe on TikTok 3 years ago. I've been on there. I moved here because those people don't understand the program of who I am. These people don't kind of neither, but you guys do a little more. Also, it's just too toxic, and they always mass report me because they don't like me telling the truth. So I always get my access removed from my live access. So I figured, why not just move on to YouTube? Moving on up. Now I see that instead of the evil eye thrown at me, bitches throw fucking witchcraft. New levels, new devils, whatever. I'm going to end it here. I hope you guys understand the assignment of me reading for you guys. Let me know if you guys want more long readings, more short readings, whatever. I'm here for you guys. I also will be doing YouTube live readings as well. So, if you subscribe, use the notification bell, you can see when I go live. Join the Soul Tribe and get a reading. Okay? Because I'm doing them free. My personals are not free, but they definitely will help you. You can go to queenbree.com and Don't come to me unless you want to heal or change things in your life to make you a better person. See you later.